Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the New York Yankees as we move from Season 5 into Season 6, trying to win the World Series using only American players, and it's proving to be very, very difficult. For the third season in a row, we have lost Game 5 of the ALDS, and I don't know what to do to fix it. We're going to try and do it this episode, though. We'll play all the way through to spring training. We'll see MLB awards. I think we might have a few pitchers in line for a Cy Young, if I'm honest. So we'll see how that goes. Isaiah, Bennett, Jackson, there's actually all of them, to be honest. They all had ERAs just above 3, so any of them could win that, which says a lot, doesn't it? I don't know what's wrong with us. I really, really don't. But anyway, we're going to see how far we can get. We might make some changes. I don't want to make changes for the sake of changes, because we are very, very close. We've been sort of first or second in our division pretty much every season, I think. So we're there. We just need, maybe it's just a case of needing a little bit of luck when we get to October. But anyway, guys, we're going to head off to the end of season awards, see among other things who you guys have voted as our MVP for this past season. And when we come back, we'll see who's won the World Series and try and get this team into a World Series winning outfit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your ALDS Game 5 participant, New York Yankees End of Season Awards! Look, it's not my fault! It's not my fault! It's a Game 5 curse! Oh, I mean, what can I do? It's a curse! It's a curse! It's not my fault! Don't stop booing me! What the... Let's get to the awards! So the first award this evening is for the pitcher with the most wins, and this guy was amazing this season. Officially his rookie season, he had 12 wins. The award goes to Isaiah Bennett. So the next award is for the batter with the highest batting average, and this guy, I mean, he just keeps finding his way into the lineup, to be honest, and I think next season we're actually going to cave and give him a starting spot on opening day. A batting average of .324. The winner is Nico Hoerner. The next award is the Golden Bullseye for the player hit most by pitchers this season. And really, it's not a surprise that this guy leads the way. He hits pitchers and pitchers hit him. With 8 bruises on his body, the winner is Dominic Smith. The next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to the man who drags us down by hitting into the most double plays. And, well, I've got to give this guy an official warning. You're not impressing me, mate. I feel like you're on the decline. 20 double plays he hit into this season. But the winner is David Fletcher. The next award is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who has issued the most walks. And this guy back into the Major League team this season, and he was very, very impressive. So with 68 walks issued, the Golden Boot goes to Andre Jackson. The next award is the Golden Glasses, awarded to that man who struggles to see the ball, the batter who has struck out the most this season. And this guy came in, I had high hopes for him coming in to replace Manny Machado at third base. And those hopes have been dashed, I'll be honest. With 181 strikeouts, a fantastic effort. The Golden Glasses go to Jordan Groshans. The next award is the Golden K, awarded to the pitcher with the most strikeouts. And this guy, again, a rookie season, and again, absolutely lighting up the majors. 211 strikeouts. The winner is TJ Nichols. The next award is the Golden Broom, awarded to that man who sweeps clean the bases, the batter with the most RBIs. And this guy he's been a leader at the club for a while now, but I think he officially takes that mantle at this point. 115 RBIs. The winner is Corey Seager. The next award is for the pitcher with the lowest ERA. And this is the guy that I'd essentially written off as a Yankee, I'll be honest. But we are unable to trade him. And I'll tell you what, this season, despite the salary, I'm quite happy that we couldn't. An ERA of 1.49. The winner is the comeback kid, Garrett Cole. The next award is for the man with the most home runs, and we've already seen this guy on the stage once this evening. There's a lot of power in that bat of his. 30 home runs this season. The winner is Corey Seager. And now it's time for me to award the horse's ass for this season's worst player. And, well, when you're replaced for a position that you're brought in to play, you're going to be in contention for this award. When you're an error machine, you're going to be in contention for this award. And when you lead the team in strikeouts, you're going to be a certainty. So the horse's ass goes to Jordan Groshans. And now it is time to award this season's best pitcher. Now, there is a formula we use to determine this award, and that, along with a list of all tonight's winners, is down in the description below. So in third place with a score of 38.35, it's rookie sensation TJ Nichols. In second place with a score of 47.5, it's the other rookie sensation, Isaiah Bennett. But the winner with a score of 63.09, it's the veteran sensation, it's Garrett Cole. I tell you what, you would have had long odds Garrett Cole winning that start of the season. Well done though, mate. Well done. Next up, we award the Best Hitter Award. And again, there is a formula, and again, that is down in the description. In third place with a score of 51.5, he's back. It's JJ Bleday. In second place with a score of 55.2, it is Fletcher. But the winner with a score of 67.89, it's the shortstop. It's Corey Seager. And now it is time for the big one to award this season's MVP as voted by the fans. Now, we had 4 very good nominations, and obviously there can only be one winner. And with 60% of the vote this season, that winner is Corey Seager. So there we go. Congratulations to Corey and the rest of the winners this evening. It's been another disappointing season, really, hasn't it? We are regulars in the postseason, and we just cannot get past Game 5 of the ALDS. I apologize to you. I assure you I am working very hard behind the scenes to make sure that this is not going to be a problem for us next season. But obviously I can't promise that because, we're going for 4 in a row now. And in a way, that would be very impressive. Anybody can win a World Series, but to go out in the same way 4 seasons in a row, that takes skill. But I'd hope to see you all back at Yankee Stadium again next season. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you then. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good night. So there we go, end of season awards done for another year, and the Padres have won the World. They didn't just win the World Series, they walked to the World Series, swept the Brewers in the NLCS, that'll be one, and then 4-1 over the Astros. So it shows we were there or thereabouts, but you get the feeling, had we gone to the World Series instead of the Astros, it may not have ended well for us, but there we go. So congratulations to the Padres. They are the World Series winners, and we have a little bit to catch you up on in terms of players re-signing. The first one is Joey Gallo. Now, he's currently on $19 million a year. Now, what he wanted was, and I only saw this because I was looking to see who was coming up for free agency, if it was worthwhile, or who was there basically to see what their options were. He was only wanting $7.5 million on the free agency, so we got him for $7 million. I think at $7 million, he's worth it because outside of anything else, he is a good defensive right fielder, and he does hit home runs. He does get on base. His on-base percentage last season, despite only batting 191, 18 home runs of his 53 hits. So he almost half his hits end up over the fence, but he does get on base as well. So he's not just a home run hitter. And I think at $7 million, let me know what you guys think, but I think that's worth it. I wouldn't have wanted to go anywhere near what he's on right now. But I think at $7 million, we've got ourselves a decent deal there. The next man to re-sign is Carson Kelly. Now, he was obviously injured for the end of this season with his fractured kneecap. We have re-signed him. Now, he's currently on just under $10 million, and we've got him for $9.5 million. So he's going to be on a little bit less money. It's just a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option for him to decide upon. We are going to let Cam Gallagher go. The reason for that is that Cam Gallagher's not as good a hitter, and he's also not as good defensively. So Carson Kelly will be the first choice, and then Mayer, who we saw come in at the end of the regular season when Kelly got injured, he'll stay as the backup. I'll show you Mayer so you can see what I mean. He's also a good defensive catcher. He's a better defensive catcher than what Gallagher is, and he's not that much worse with the bat. So, yeah, for the sake of, I think Gallagher wants 6 or 7 million. So for the sake of 6 or 7 million, Nick Mayer's going to do absolutely fine. And the third player to re-sign is Jordan Hicks. Now, we haven't paid him $14 million, which is what he initially wanted. What we've got him for is $12 million, 3 years plus the player option there. The reason I've done this is if we go and have a look at pitching stats, and this might be a little bit difficult for you to see if you're watching on a mobile phone, but he has a save percentage, where are we here, with the Yankees of 85%. Now, I'm kind of looking at that. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's good or not. I'm kind of looking at it as if he's a penalty taker in football or soccer. And if your penalty taker has an 85% success rate, I mean, you're not changing him. You know, you're not actively looking to get rid of him. So I think that being the case, I'm going to go with it. He has blown 20 saves from 133 save opportunities. So that's, again, it's not bad, is it? I don't think anyway. So even though he is, last season he wasn't great, 73% save percentage. But yeah, I think he's okay. I don't want to get rid of him and then not have somebody to come in and do the role. We don't have somebody that I think we can rely on right now. So $12 million when we have money to spend, I think is okay. Let me know what you guys think of that one. And we have made one other signing of free agency, and it's this guy, Drew Baker. Now, he may never make it for us. The reason I signed him, he was free agent. We got him on a minor league deal. He spent this season playing in an independent league and did okay. Batted .271, on-base percentage of .333. He had a positive WAR, OPS, plus wasn't great. But I figured on a minor league deal, he's worth a go. Where is he now? High A, low A. So we'll just kind of see what happens to him. He may never make it, but we've picked him up as well on a free transfer. Is that what you call it in baseball? We picked him up on free agency. That's the word. All right, let's progress on here and see what's next. I think it will be Golden Gloves. We might have one. You never know. Okay, we have some off-season things coming in here. So we've got our goals review there. So you can see that is what it is. What we really care about here is for next season, we want to reach the playoffs, which we've done every year so far. So you'd be disappointed if we didn't do that. Upgrade at center field, that's Isbell. Could we do that? I mean, we could. He's not going to win an MVP award, but he's also quite solid for us. Increase the attendance. We'll do what we can there. Have a total balance of 25 million. That is what it is. Build a championships side in the next 6 seasons even, and we'll check in and see how we're going at the end of the season. So there we go with Hal Steinbrenner. Now, the fan loyalty has increased, which is excellent. Well done, everybody. I suppose the new budget, we'll check that in just a second at the front office page. We've got some stuff. Now, this is devastating news. Our pitching coach has retired, John Farrell. He has led our pitching staff to be, I think, the best in baseball. So that's a massive blow. We are going to have to get somebody new in, which is obviously a bit of a blow. We've had, I didn't know my contract was up, but there we go. We are staying another 1-year deal. We've got some more personnel leaving. There's nobody leaving that we didn't want to leave, so that is all absolutely fine. And the arbitration period, we'll have a look at that in just a second here as well. And we can see that. So the secondary list is now 42. That's going to help us just keep players, not losing players on Rule 5 draft. I'm surprised the player union let that go, actually. So let's go and have a look and see what money we're talking with here. Front office, we have 20 million on free agents, 36 million to spend on extensions. Who do we have coming up? It's a free agent end of this season. All players. Oh, that's still this current season, isn't it? So you can see there the people that we're letting go that either don't want to re-sign or we don't want to keep. Pretty much anybody here that wants a wage is being let go. You can see there Cam Gallagher wants 6.5 million. And the other thing that we're going to look at is arbitration. Griffin Canning, I'm willing to... Actually, I wonder if we could just offer him a contract. All right, so we've had a bit of a negotiation there. We've been able to get him 3 years, 18 million, which is a little bit of a risk, given he spent a lot of this season injured. But I do think Go to player profile. That does work out. And the fact it's 3 years, it's not a super long-term thing that we're entering into. And if he was going to get about 15 million arbitration anyway, we're only paying 3 million more. And I think over the course of the 3 years that... Did I give him a... I didn't give him a play, or maybe I did give him a player option on the 3rd year. Anyway, I think that works out okay for us. So that's Griffin Canning tied down, which is excellent. Casey Miser, we'll take him for 900 grand. He's a very good player to have coming in. Bellick for $1 million, I think, is fine. Babic for $1 million is fine. Elledge for 2.8 is fine. Vesia for 1.9 is fine. Cody Reed, we're going to let him go. Nico Hoerner, I wouldn't mind seeing if we could tie him down. I think he's going to move in to be our 3rd baseman. I think we need to find him a spot in the lineup because he keeps batting over 300 or near enough too. I wouldn't mind tying him down as well. Let's see what we can do for this. So no, we weren't able to get Nico Hoerner for anything that would have resembled value for us. So we'll let him go to arbitration, and 8 million is fine. I was offering him 9.5. Didn't really want to go any higher than that. Joe Adell for 4.2, I think is doable for us. Cam Gallagher, we're going to let him go, and there's all the minor league players that we've already decided are going to be let go. So now I think the next thing is going to be the awards. So we'll come back for that. Alright, it is time for the Major League Baseball Awards, starting with the Golden Gloves, but we have got a new pitching coach, Alan McDill. Let's hope he's not a dill. And, well, this is a little bit of a risk. He was, ratings-wise, the best pitching coach available. He's only ever pitched in, I'm assuming that's an independent league, is it? And his ERAs would suggest he's not done particularly well. I'm hoping that's more to do with what he's working with than his ability as a coach. But he's here. He had to give him a 3-year deal. He's got an average reputation. The proof will be in the pudding, won't it, as to exactly what he's able to do. He should have an excellent relationship with our pitchers. So we'll just have to wait and see. But hopefully, I mean, he's not going to be as good as Farrell, but hopefully he's able to keep everything ticking over. And the other bit of news we have is Griffin Canning. He did sign that contract extension, so a 3-year deal for him now, 18.25 million for 3 years, and it doesn't look like I did give him an option. So so we got him here for 3 years now, which if he picks up his form that he had at the end of the season, and if he can stay fit, and hopefully with a pitching limit he will, I think that could be a very good bit of business for us. So let's go and have a look at these Golden Gloves. We have the American League here, and it doesn't look as though there is any Yankees there, which is disappointing, to be honest, but there we go. And the Golden Gloves on the other side of the aisle, we can see everybody there. No players that we've had in this series, though obviously we've had a few of them in other series. So that is that. Next up, it's reliever of the year. If this isn't Garrett Cole, he was winding back the years. I'll be annoyed for him if it's not him. It's Edwin Diaz, and he's only got, he's coming quite a ways down there. Vesia actually beat him, which is outrageous. But Edwin Diaz, congratulations to him. But Garrett Cole, he's my reliever of the year. Look at that, a 1.49 ERA, a whip of under 1, ERA plus of 3.19, a WAR of 1.9. I mean, how does that compare to Diaz? Diaz, an ERA was a little bit higher, whip was a little bit higher. I mean, he just wasn't as good. The only thing different, perhaps, is the WAR. But I think we've been robbed there, I'll be honest. I really do think. And Nick Nelson was ours too, wasn't he? We let him go. He's gone off to Detroit and making a good thing of things. And on the National League side of things, we can see there Josh Hader is the winner of the award. And you can see the other 4 that got votes there as well. Next up, it is the Silver Sluggers. So here we go. And again, there's no one there that is wearing a Yankees jersey, which is disappointing. And on the National League side of things, we can see everybody there. Manny Machado has decided he's going to bat again, has he? Well done, Manny Machado, third baseman of the year in terms of hitting. So there we go. The next award is Rookie of the Year. Isaiah Bennett was qualified as a rookie this year. If he doesn't win it, then I think we riot. Unbelievable. He has come in 3rd in the voting. It is Leandro Laos that has won it. And I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't good, but he wasn't as good as Bennett. He had a WAR of 4.2. Now, Bennett, as a pitcher, had a WAR of 4.5. That's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. That's unbelievable. And on the National League side of things, it went to Stephen Reed of the Reds. Well, I don't think he's going to be winning too much else in his career, is he? Next award is Manager of the Year, and I don't think it's going to be our man. So it's Detroit's Michael Moresby that wins it. Fair enough. They had the best best record of the regular season, and it is the Padres World Series winning manager that has won it for the National League. Next up, it's Cy Young. Like I say, all of our starting pitchers have got to be a chance, but my money would be on Bennett if anybody. So no, it is Paredes from the Astros that has won it ahead of Walker. Garrett Cole was third, even out of the bullpen. Isaiah Bennett was fourth. And Tyler Mahle, who didn't do too well in the playoffs for us, but he got in the top 10 or so there as well. But Paredes, yeah, I mean, he had the best ERA, most strikeouts, so it's difficult to argue against it, I suppose. And if we have a look at the National League side of things, it is Walker Buehler of the Dodgers that has won the Cy Young, and we can see everybody else there. Caleb Ferguson, who I will never forgive. Chris Paddock, there's a few guys there that have Jack Flaherty who have been in and around our teams of the past. Next up, it is the MVP. The only one that would go close would be Corey Seager. So Mike Trout is the MVP of the American League. If we go down the list here, Dominic Smith had a good year. That's fair enough that he's up there, and Corey Seager is there as well. But that's it as far as Yankees go. And on the National League side of things, it's Fernando Tatis Jr. And again, I think that's probably fair enough considering that the Padres went on to win the World Series as well. Now, that is everything done there. So we will move on to, I think, free agency is next. We have breaking news out of New York where the Yankees have completed a trade with the Orioles, sending pitcher Packy Norton south and receiving two-time All-Star catcher Adley Rutschman in return. Now, the Yankees GM Ozzie Villain is said to be delighted to have mugged off the Orioles and has instructed the club's lawyers to find a way to void Carson Kelly's extension. So there we go. Adley Rutschman has joined us from the Baltimore Orioles. We traded away Packy Norton. You may remember him. I think he was a long reliever for us. Might have been this season or last season. I can't remember now. I did sort of point this guy out during the season. I was willing to trade a lot more than Packy Norton to get him in, I've got to be honest. He is a wonderful bat. He's a two-time Silver Slugger as well as a two-time All-Star. He's also won a Golden Glove. I mean, he's probably the best catcher in baseball, and he happens to be American, so very, very happy to get him in. This past season, he batted .293 for the Orioles, an on-base percentage of .384, a WAR of 5. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind, as I said, he's the best catcher in baseball, or certainly close to it. He's a good defensive and offensive player. Absolutely delighted. He's a prankster as well, so he's going to add to the personality in the clubhouse, which is great. My only concern is I really wish we could now renege on that Carson Kelly extension, but he's on sort of the minimum salary, so we'll just make do. You know, if we get stuck with Kelly as a backup, I mean, it's not the worst thing to happen to us, is it really? So the player that we gave up, as I said, is Norton. And this is him here as a reminder, a left arm with technically starting pitcher. I think we used him out of the bullpen, didn't we? Yeah. He was a bit part player for us. Not that he did badly when he played, but, well, I think we've definitely come out on top on that trade, haven't we? Now, let's go and check the arbitration hearings because they are about to take place. Now, we've already done this, haven't we? So let's skip ahead to the day and see exactly what has happened. And here we go. Miser has got the 900 grand that we offered. Nico Hoerner has got the 8 million that we offered. He wanted just closer to 10, which, to be honest, if he's going to be our first choice third baseman, even the 10 million wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Joe Adell gets the 4.2 that we offered. Bellick gets the million that we offered. Vesia gets a little bit more. He gets 2.25 million, which again, to be honest, is fine. Seth Elliott gets 3.5, which is more than we offered, but again, he's quite good, so that is fine for me as well. And Bubic gets the million that we offered. So that means that free agency is just around the corner. Let's go see who's available. All right, so we can see the main names here now. Julio is not an American. Garver, now, so there's catches. I mean, it's not a great year for free agents, is it? Buehler is American. He is good, but we don't need starting pitching, honestly. We really, really don't. Not an American. Danny Jansen, we've just filled the catching role for this foreseeable future. He did bat. Oh, no, he didn't. The on-base percentage was .316. Palenko is not an American. Real Munto is American, but again, we've just filled that catching slot. Not an American. And a center fielder who, again, is not an American. We'll go and have a bit of a more detailed look here. Now, again, I always have it filtered just to American so that we don't tease ourselves. Let's go to all players. And yeah, I mean, there's not too much there. The one place we could maybe strengthen, you would argue, apart from closer, would be, I don't know, maybe in the outfield somewhere. Could we get a better center fielder in, which is what the owner wanted? To be honest, getting Rauchman in, he's a big bat, so we can almost afford to. Darren O'Day is still going at the age of 43. So to be honest, we can afford to carry maybe one or two bats that we would, in positions, I should say, that we would normally want to have a bat in. So yeah, I mean, we're not desperate, I don't think. Defense is fine. Pitching is fine. It was the bats that we needed to improve, and I think we've done that. And there's no one there that is jumping out at me and saying, sign me. So we'll wait and see. It's obviously the option to trade as well. So we'll see what's available there. Bueller at $25 million. I mean, he wouldn't make us weaker, would he? How much money do we have to spend? Am I going to go and sign a Cy Young pitcher here? Front office, we have $8 million, so we can't get him anyway. So we'll see what happens between now and spring training. There's always, as I said, the option to trade, and there's the Rule 5 draft as well. So I'm sure we'll be able to. I can't help myself. We'll sign somebody. Alright, it is Rule 5 draft time, and as we can see here, there is nobody that's available that's going to sort of improve us instantly, as a Rule 5 draft pick generally needs to do. So we won't be taking part in it ourselves. Now, we do have, and I'll show you our screen here, we do have a lot of players. Maybe we're better off going to have a look at minor leagues. We do have a lot of players that are at this 2.5 star standard, I suppose. Now, obviously, that means we can't protect all of them. There's a few here that we don't have to protect, obviously. The ones that we do that are high potential, we have protected. But we can't, as I said, we can't protect everybody here. So there is a big risk that we will lose some players. But what happened last season, a lot of them just ended up coming back because obviously they're going to be on the active roster all season. So we'll go and do this Rule 5 draft and just keep our fingers crossed that we don't lose anybody. Though, as I say, I do fully expect that we will lose somebody. And thankfully, we haven't lost anybody. So that is, well, that's as good as that could have gone. So there's no way to void Kelly's contract. Could he fail a drugs test? Hang on a minute, I'm getting another call in. Hello? Corey Sager! Where are you, mate? India? Why are you in India? To see a guru. And you're not sure if baseball's the most important thing in your life anymore. Well, mate, you'd better make that decision bloody quickly, because otherwise I'm not sure you're going to be worth paying $28 million a season to. So there we go. Corey Sager has had the dreaded trip to India. If you played the game, it can happen. He hasn't retired, but you can see there I've learned that life is not all about being the best. I think I have to reorder my priorities, and I'm not sure that baseball remains the most important thing in my life. Now, for somebody who's being paid $28.2 million a season to play baseball, he needs to make that decision very quickly, because well, we need him to not be worrying about what the guru says. I'm your guru, Corey. Listen to me, mate. But there we go. Hall of Fame voting results, if you're interested. No one has been inducted. It looks like Manny Ramirez has been dropped after 10 seasons, as has Jose Reyes. Scott Rowland. You can see the other names there. First year is Daniel Murphy. Did we have him at one point? Was he? Oh, he might have been with us at the Rockies. But anyway, that is how the Hall of Fame voting has gone for this season. And pray for Corey. Okay, we are at spring training, which brings us to the end of the episode. We didn't really get anybody else in. There's a couple of minors just getting players that are on minimum wage out to get youngsters that aren't on anything. They're just on a minor league contract in, and obviously being a little bit younger, it just gives them a little bit more chance to develop and maybe make it, or at least become a tradable asset for us. But this is the way I see our team lining up so far. We're going to have David Fletcher leading off again at second base. He is a free agent into this season. We need to make a decision on him. But he's, generally speaking, done quite well for us, batting at or around 300, maybe just a bit below. So he'll continue to lead off for us. Nico Hoerner, I'm going to give him the start of the season at third base, and it'll be his shirt to lose, basically. So we'll see how he gets on there. And then we're going to have Dominic Smith at first base, batting 3 like he did last season. He was brilliant for us. Let's see what his second season in the Bronx is like. Cleaning up is going to be our shortstop, our new, meditation expert Corey Sager, so let's hope he concentrates on baseball for us. Batting number 5 is the new catcher, Adley Rutschman. I am so excited to have got this guy in. A big improvement to the hitting, the lineup, so that will hopefully improve the offense for us. JJ is going to bat 6, play left field. He could just as easily play right field for us, but we'll stick him in left field, mainly because we still have Joey Gallo at the club. Designated hitter will continue to be Joe Adele. He did okay there for us last year. He is somebody that maybe could be improved upon. We'll see how spring training gets on. Obviously, anybody could play there for us. We're going to keep Isbell in center field. I think he does okay for us, to be honest. He was certainly good in the postseason for us. Maybe underperformed a little bit last season, but I still have the faith in him. And batting 9 will be Joey Gallo. He's a bit of a wild card at the end of the order for us. He might hit a home run, he might not, but he is a good right fielder as well, and he's only on the $7 million, so that all works out for us. The starting rotation, Isaiah Bennett at this point will have the number 1. I think he has to stay as the number 1 in the rotation. He was brilliant for us last year. Number 2, if he can pick up where he left off, it will be Griffin Kenning. I'm hoping we're going to finally start to see the best of him in the Yankees jersey this season. Marley will be the number 3 in the rotation. He's never let us down. Look at these ERAs. What's his career ERA for the Yankees? Let's go back to this. Career ERA, Yankees is... where's ERA? I've gone straight past it, have I? There it is there. Career ERA for the Yankees, 3.63. He's done brilliantly. ERA of 13.9, never let us down, so let's hope that continues. So he'll be the number 3 in the rotation. Number 4 in the rotation will be Andre Jackson. Again, didn't let us down at all last season. Picked up from his rookie season form, and he should do a good job for us. And then, of course, TJ Nichols, who may actually move up in the order, if I'm being honest. But he is in his second full season, did really well for us last year, and hopefully will continue to do so this year. And if we look at the bullpen, Jordan Hicks will continue to close for us. I have got a potential option to replace him coming in. We're going to have 2 setup guys this year. Montana Semmel, it will be his first season in the majors, assuming that he does well in spring training this is, but he's going to be one of the setup guys. The other one will be Nick Robinson, as he was last year. Yeah, we'll see how he gets on. He's not maybe kicked on as I would have liked him to. The middle relievers will be Seth Elledge, who has been brilliant for us ever since he came in. Also in middle relief, we'll be looking at Durbin Feltman again. He has been quite good for us, so last year was a little bit of a down year for him. Hopefully he gets back to his previous form for us. We're also going to have Vesia, who was brilliant, one of the relievers of the year, one of the sort of top relievers in the National League at the end of season awards for the Major League Baseball awards. So yeah, no reason to change him. Also, it's going to be Jack Little. Now, he could drop out. He was okay last year, but you can see he was a bit of a drop-off from last season. He actually had a negative WAR last year as well. So if he starts spring training strong, we'll keep him in. If not, we do have other options in currently in AAA. And the 2 long relievers are the 2 that did the job for us last year. Chris Babich, the left armor, who was brilliant. And speaking of brilliant, Garrett Cole, absolutely came out of nowhere, didn't it? But he was superb for us last year, and let's hope he can keep that going for us this season as well. He still has so many years left on his contract. Still another 3 years of this. What are we going to do? Anyway, so that's the way I see things. Let me know where you think we could still strengthen. We don't have too much money in terms of free agents, only the sort of just under 5 million. So we'll have to wait and see exactly where we go. We don't have too much to worry about in terms of players in contract years. There's only really 2, and that is Fletcher and Nico Hoerner. So we'll see how both of them get on. And as I said, we'll just kind of see what happens. But that's, as I said, if you've enjoyed that, hit thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time for opening day. And opening day is going to be against the Baltimore Orioles, as it always seems to be, doesn't it? So it'll be Adley Rutschman making his Yankees debut against his former team. And, we'll see how we get on there. And I will see you then. Take care.